Today, we are going to see the Key to Theosophy, written by H.P. Blavatsky. We are going to see what is there in this book and why should we study this book. This is in the form of question and answers. There are 14 chapters in this. The first chapter is about Theosophy and the Theosophical Society. In this, we are going to study the meaning of the name. Second chapter is about exoteric and esoteric theosophy. In this chapter, we are going to study the questions related to what the modern theosophical society is not. And then we're going to study in this chapter theosophists and members of the theosophical society. We are also going to study the difference between the theosophy and occultism. And we are going to study about a difference between theosophy and spiritualism. And also, why is theosophy accepted? Then comes the third chapter. Third chapter is the working system of the theosophical society. In this, we are going to study the objects of the society, then the common origin of man. We are going to study other, that is, theosophical society's other objects. The fourth chapter is related with the relations of the Theosophical Society to Theosophy. In this chapter, we are going to study about on self-improvement and then the abstract and the concrete. Then fifth chapter is the fundamental teachings of Theosophy. In this chapter, we are going to study on God and prayer. Sixth chapter is Theosophical teachings as to nature and man. In this chapter, we're going to study about the unity of all in all. And then we're going to study evolution and illusion. And then we are going to study on the septenary constitution of our planet. And 7 and 8 chapters are related to on reincarnation or rebirth. In that we are going to study why do we not remember our past lives. And then we are going to study on the reward and punishment of the ego. Ninth chapter is about on life after death. In this chapter, then we're going to study why theosophists do not believe in the return of the pure spirits. In the 10th chapter is about on the nature of our thinking principle, and that we are going in that we are going to study the complex nature of the mind. And in the 11th chapter is about the mysteries of reincarnation. In this, we are going to study about the periodical rebirths, what is karma, who are those who know. Then we are going to study the difference between faith and knowledge or blind and reasoned faith. 12th chapter is about what is practical theosophy. In that we are going to study duty, the relations of the TS to political reforms. Then we are going to study on charity, theosophy for the masses. And then we are going to study how the members can help the society and what a theosophist ought not to do. In the 13th chapter, it is about on the misconceptions about the Theosophical Society. In that, we are going to study Theosophy and asceticism, and then we are going to study about Theosophy and marriage, Theosophy and education, and then we are going to study why then is there so much prejudice against the TS. In the 14th chapter, we are going to study about the Theosophical Mahatmas, and then in that we are going to study the abuse of sacred names and terms. In the last, HPB has given conclusion the future of the Theosophical Society.